Just finished watching the latest episode of Yashahime, and well, questions were answered. I forgot about the raccoon. So he's Hachi's child. The little raccoon is Hachi's child. I have a theory though that the rainbow pearls. So we've confirmed that there are 7 of them. I have a theory that they're basically taking the place of the Shikon jewels, but instead of every jewel shard enhancing a demon's ability, each pearl has a specific powers or skill set that gives whoever is using it, mostly demonic, an ability boost, and they're able to use that. So far we know Setsuna, Moroha, and Toa all have one. This water guy, I keep forgetting his name, he has one. And now the lady that they just defeated had one. And those are the ones we have confirmed. And also the one guy who was rowing, or the one guy who is with the little raccoon guy, the one who's giving Moroha all of her jobs. He has one. So there's 1 pearl left. And so that's going to be interesting. It looks also like RIN is doing what Kikyo was forced to do. So when Kikyo was killed, she was and brought back to life as the clay doll. She had to absorb the souls of maidens who had died in order to stay alive. And it looks like the same thing is happening to RIN, only she's in an eternal slumber and she is absorbing all of the dreams of her child, of Setsuna. That's really sad when you think about it, but that's what it looks like is happening. I'm interested as to how that came about. A theory would probably be that Sessshomaru sparked that deal, or maybe RIN was killed by a dream demon, or not killed, was attacked by a dream demon, which is why she's in this situation that she is in. And she must have been attacked while she was pregnant, which transferred over to Setsuna. I'm not sure, but it's definitely an interesting dynamic. One person can't sleep and the other person is in a forever sleep. It's interesting. Now, let's all talk about the elephant in the room, that is Sesshomaru and Kirimaru, or however you pronounce his name, trying to attack Inuyasha and get Moroha. For some reason, I don't know what that's about. As far as I know, Inuyasha and Sesshomaru were on pretty good terms before then. But for some reason, Sesshomaru decided to team up with this demon and attack Inuyasha and try and take his daughter. That begs the question, what is Moroha? Like, what kind of key is she? Because it looks like, because the only reason I can even fathom Sesshomaru wanting to take Moroha would be to save RIN, or to do something something that's going to benefit him in the outrun. But at the end of Inuyasha, Sesshomaru was very much, he was still ambitious, but he was more focused on establishing himself and like settling down than he was on gaining power the way he used to be. So he definitely is, and he's also over it. He's finally gotten some much needed, not exactly therapy, but he did beat Inuyasha, and he did get over his father's issues, at least somewhat. So the question now is, why would he attack Inuyasha and try and take his baby? And the only thing I can fathom is that Moroha has some sort of power inside of her that Sesshomaru and the other demon need for some reason, because it looks like they teamed up to do this. So yeah, I'm wondering exactly how powerful is Moroha and what kind of gifts does she have. Yeah, in terms of Toa, it looks like she has the ability to observe the demonic energy and release it back, kind of like the backlash wave. So they took the backlash wave's ability of absorbing and sending back, combined with Sessshomaru's blue dragon attack, and that's now what Towa has, which I think that's very interesting because it shows how these girls are still connected to their fathers and to the legacy of the demon, the dog demon tribe, but I guess tribe, I don't know, dog demon clan. But at the same time, they are individuals and they have their own unique set of abilities. This is a very good sequel because it expands on what's already been set forth, and it's not going in a path that's going to, I don't think it's going to upset people. And it is a continuation of a story, but it is 3 separate individuals who are completely independent of themselves, and they make that a very big point about it. They are separate characters away from the original cast. The original cast hasn't even shown up really yet, and they're following their own destiny and their own dreams, completely independent of their older generation, of their parents. And I think that's interesting, and I like it. Now, for this guy, the water guy, the pirate man, I keep forgetting his name. He is interesting, and I think he might be the other demon's son. I'm going to run with that theory because he said that he hates the 4 perils, but Kitty. He hates the 4 perils and he wants them dead, but he said that he makes it a habit of only destroying things that he loves. That's an interesting quote, and I'm not sure what that means, but he did say he does have a following. He is basically a lord, just like Sessshomaru, but they're not Sesshomaru's underlings. So I think if he's not at least one of Sesshomaru's underlings that kind of grew up and is now taking the place of Sesshomaru, if he's not one of them, then he has to be that Kirinmaru's son. So yeah, this was an interesting episode, and I completely forgot about Hachi. So he's Hachi's child. That's interesting. I guess it's always the ones you least expect. And I should have remembered the raccoon. Cool. That's it. Tune in next week. Goodbye.